Hi, my name's Leighton Jan. I'm the Director of Development for the American Documentary and Animation Film Festival. Uh, we're doing something very special today, or very different. We're going to start talking to some of our sponsors because we've had a lot of kind people support the festival and make these documentaries available to you. And we want to share some of these sponsors. You'll see their logos on our assets, and we want to talk to them. And one of our favorites, one of my favorites, is the Desert Water Agency. And today we have Victoria Llort. She is the diva over there with two titles, but they're so long I struggle with it. So Victoria, please tell people your titles over
Of course, Leighton, thank you so much for having this and facilitating this conversation. My name is Victoria Llort. I'm the Director of Public Affairs and Conservation, as well as the Public Information Officer for Desert Water Agency.
there. And what I wanted to call you is the Water Diva, but I don't know.
I mean, Water Diva sounds fun. I don't know if I can live up to the name.
So, we have a lot of people from around the world who might see this. Can you talk a little bit about the Desert Water Agency and what it does, and also the communities that serve? We have the Coachella Valley, which is a large valley, but you guys focus on a specific area.
Certainly, yes. So Desert Water Agency was founded in 1961, actually as a water importer for the area. But today we do import water. We're a state water project contractor, but we're also your municipal water service. So what that means when you turn on the tap, we're the agency that make sure that it gets there to you. Our service area includes all of the city of Palm Springs, as well as portions of Cathedral City, specifically the Cathedral City Cove, as well as some unincorporated county areas in the northern Palm Springs area.
I also like to think of it as you hydrated the Rat Pack after a night out.
That might not be too far off. Yes. We do make sure that we stay hydrated. As mentioned, we do water service. We have some wastewater. We also do recycled water service, and we're groundwater rechargers for the area as your state water project contractor.
And then for our festival, which you guys did for us last year, was you provided some water cans for us, which was really great. Help our some of our volunteers and some of our patrons stay hydrated, and also some water bottles for our filmmakers. So we had about 200 filmmakers from around the world, and so they're carrying the water bottles, and we appreciate you providing that.
Yeah, we've been very happy to support AmDocs this past year, and I believe perhaps a few years before that. But we are a proud sponsor once again this year. Last year, I do recall we actually got this great shot of Sean Penn holding up one of our canned waters. So that was really exciting. I don't know if we're going to get such a great shot to top that this year. But it's our pleasure to make sure that the volunteers stay hydrated, and as well as the filmmakers and the guests have a great experience throughout the festival.
And then you guys have not only do you provide us the water bottles, but you guys installed some of the the water fountains where they you can fill the water bottles, right?
The water bottle refill station.
That's right.
Yes, we love our water refill stations. We like to say tap is top. I myself have a reusable water bottle that I keep at my desk because we have some of these stations at our offices as well. For anyone who flew into the area, you'll also notice them at the Palm Springs Airport, but we're really happy to have them on site. And make sure that we are sustainable and that you bring in your own water and try to reduce other waste.
And then just really quickly, when we talk about water, we talk about California. We've had some droughts and we have issues with water and stuff like that. What are some of the challenges that the desert water has faced these past few years, and how are you going about addressing some of that as well as looking to the future?
Of course. So, as you know, Desert Water Agency, we are located within a desert. We're within the Coachella Valley, and the desert is technically within a perpetual state of drought. But that being said, that only encourages us as your water providers, of which there are 6 water providers in the Coachella Valley, to be that much more conservation minded and keep that at the front of mind, regardless of if there's a proclaimed drought emergency or not. So as much as in wet years, as we talked about, as we normally talk about, this year has there's been some storms up in the Northern California area That's great for us as a state water project contractor because that means we get to refill our aquifers, and we want to think about that as a bank, right? In dry years, you're pulling out more and you're putting in less, whereas in wet years, we want to be able to recharge that bank account, if you will, as much as possible. So the only thing I would say is please make sure to keep conservation front of mind. There's a new regulation that's been adopted by the state called Making Conservation a California Way of Life. We are doing our best to embody that motto, and I just ask that your participants as well think about that, and that will help us make sure that our desert continues to have water for future generations as well.
And then, what we do locally, can you also maybe talk about how that might relate worldwide? Because, we do have some people around the world. I mean, obviously different needs or different demands on their water and stuff like that. Um, can you talk about it, what we do, how it might affect people globally too?
Sure. So something that we do that might not be in other water agencies outside of the state of California, but also I'm unsure how people do things internationally. We have what we call rebate programs. And
Hmm.
so as we're talking about conservation, something that helps us achieve those water reduction milestones is we help incentivize our customers, whether it's asking them to remove grass at their home, changing their fixtures, like such as their washing machine for more efficient washing machines. We actually pay you to do that. We don't cover the whole cost, but we like to consider it an incentive to help make that burden or that conversion less of a burden on your wallet. I don't know if people do that internationally. And
Hmm.
in our turf rebate program, especially if you're a City of Palm Springs resident, you can receive up to $3 back per square feet of grass removed at your home. So what we're really trying to do is encourage people to embrace the native landscape here in the area. So I don't know if that makes us unique or not. That's something that we like to consider different, especially as we're the only water agency in the Coachella Valley that still has a city matching partner. As mentioned, the City of Palm Springs will match $1 for our $2 per square foot. So that's pretty unique, at least to the area as well.
And how much of an impact has that had over the years?
It has a great amount of impact. Let's see here. Um, since 2013, we've actually issued $12.2 million back in rebates for water conservation. And we've removed a total of 4.6 million square feet of turf within our service area since that time as well.
And the desert landscape is really beautiful. It kind of matches a lot of mid-century modern homes that we have out here in Palm Springs.
It really, really does. So as much as we can try to get back to that, that helps us, as we mentioned, for our state metrics, but also helps us to be water wise and go back to that native landscape that we talked about and that we love so much.
And then just so people know, we have a lot of movies at our festival about water conversations and stuff like that, especially one this year from Olivia Sandusky of NBC. We took her series and put it as part of a festival at the Salt Sea. So
Oh,
um,
great.
hopefully that'll be very educational for people. And we have others. Desert Water Agency, you guys do so much for the community. Not only us, you support a lot of great events out here. Can you talk about what it means to support the community and being a part of the community and just helping everyone?
Absolutely. So, Desert Water Agency, we are technically considered a government agency. We're a public agency. We're actually a not-for-profit with a 5-member elected board. So what does that mean? So that means that we might be seen as a natural monopoly because you can't have another water provider, similar to how you can't have another electric provider or another gas provider. But why is community outreach or community involvement important? It's that much more important for us because we want to be seen as a good neighbor. We want to be seen as part of the community. And the best way for us to do that is not just through sponsorship dollars, of course, but taking an active role in different activities that are not just related to water, but that have the heart of the community, similar to AmDocs and some of the other organizations or community endeavors that we support. So that community equity piece, as we like to call it, is very important to show that we care about the community, hopefully just as much as the community cares about their water, of course. And so just having each other's back, and that's what's been really important for Desert Water Agency.
And I can speak for Desert Water Agency. I see you guys at a lot of events, a lot of big events, and I appreciate it. Every time I go to a big event, I'm like, oh hey, there they are, and I see my friend Sochi out there, and so I always catch up with her at a lot of these events, and they're
Yeah,
there
and
passing out water and stuff like that, and different kinds of water, which is delicious. And
right, our infused water, but certainly also not taking that relationship for granted just because we are your only water provider. That doesn't mean that we don't value you as an individual customer as well.
well, you guys, like I said, I can speak from personal experience. You guys are outstanding. I help out with some other nonprofits outside of AmDocs, and I see you guys around all over the place. So we appreciate you, what you do for our community, and what you do for our film festival, supporting all these filmmakers who are going out there telling great stories on a lot of different topics. And for me, I feel it's important because I feel like documentaries are another level of journalism, which is kind of shrinking. And so documentaries is another way to get a lot of these stories that need to be told in a different format. Victoria, of a delight. Thank you so much for supporting
Right.
us,
Of course.
and we look forward to drinking your water at the festival, keeping us
We are
hydrated.
very excited to provide it, and there might be a little fun surprise or a brand refresh in store. We'll see. You might be our
Ooh.
debut. We'll see how it all lines up.
Well, Victoria, thank you so much. This is the first of our sponsor series, and Victoria, you're fabulous. Thank you so much. I'm going to
Appreciate
remind everyone that the American Documentary and Animation Film Festival is March 27th through 31st at the Palm Springs Cultural Center, and bring your water bottles because you can get it filled up at the thanks to Desert Water. And we have over about 240 films. We've had 2,000 submissions from around the world, and Teddy Groy, our founder, has found some terrific films. So you're going to find a lot of great documentaries out there, as well as a local program we have with the high school students and our TV stations. Victoria, thank you again so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Leighton. Appreciate it as well.